now. It's so awkward, but who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? Rise and shine this light into your world. We're gonna get rid of this inner pain. There's so much pain, bro. Every morning I'm waking up and I'm losing babies and I'm hurting people and love isn't real and the torture of my mind that I want to express online, and my friends are like, Mark, don't share so much online. It's too much, it's too personal. I'm like, yeah, but if we keep it real, more people will get more healing, you know? More people be like, oh, I did the same thing. I've been mean to my mom, or, I did the same thing. I was abusive with my ex. Same here, bitch. That's Saint's addiction. Let's go. I'm not much of a filter person. I don't know how to filter what I'm really saying or thinking. It's just gonna come out, and all of us with low impulse control, those of us that like to travel the world for a year on no money, or try to have babies with no money, or try to marry without research or a plan. I am my own worst enemy. I can try to blame her or blame me. It's never going to change my behavior unless I cognitively focus on it, right? This is something that I had to put in this morning's headline, is because there's so much pain. It's literally your childhood trauma. It's your literally the molestation that happened to you when you were a kid. It's literally all these things start adding up, and now you as an adult, I'm getting alive by these mosquitoes. As an adult, have to reestablish all of this pain again to have a conversation with yourself of why you're in pain, or people keep treating you with pain, or you causing pain, which just seems to be my most shame, is the fact that I am involved a little bit with my own, not a little bit, mostly a lot bit of, see, the denial kicking in of my own free will, or the lack thereof, or whatever didn't happen is now, these little flies are freaking killing me. It has happened. I can't undo the past. I can't undo my mistakes. I keep seeming to cyclically date women that are only going to hurt me or abort my babies, or I'm going to get physical with. Thank God for my new relationship. I've been able to see, when I'm ranting on too long, or when I bring up subjects and it's about me again, or I tend to lean into my narcissism when I'm frustrated, and then it's like I turn into a whole nother person that I don't like. It is so much easier, right, in life to just kind of float around. You will be a normal person on your bike. You will be a normal person on the bus. Most people are going through life in a normal format. This is not for these people. This is not for people like me. This is for people that have had deep depression. I'm talking years of beat down depression where you couldn't even reach out to anyone. Doesn't matter how beautiful my body is or how beautiful she is. Everyone is susceptible to this amount of depression and wanting and needing. You want to be able to communicate with your partners properly. You want to be able to express your wants and needs without being judged or yelled at. You want to be able to trust this individual, especially with your darkest moments. And that's why they said this real love is in the darkness. It's loving people through their shadow work. It's loving people even though you don't feel really loved. You know what I'm saying? This is hard business because you probably already still in pain. Odds are you didn't receive the love, so how can you exhibit the love? Odds are that you're still going through it, and if you're going, going through it, you're growing through it. You're still gonna grow through these growing pains, and I find that some people maybe they do it better. Here's another thing too. Some people, they are water off a duck's back. They don't let anything bother them. They don't have any insecurities. They don't have any alarms. They don't have any triggers. None of that applies to them. This applies to the people that are a lot like me, that are hypersensitive, can't stand criticism. Regret and loss is such a big thing. And I'm sitting here trying to have my immaculate conception in the morning at 6 a.m., 6:30 in the morning. I've been waking up because I'm dying inside. You want to sit here with so much privilege and so much insight and be like, oh, hey, everybody in this world is just like, no, man, I keep losing children. And on the day my friends had their Taurus baby, beautiful Blake Lyon, um, I'm losing babies. I'm making people feel unsafe because I feel unsafe, which isn't an excuse by any means, right? But because I feel a certain type of way, I act out in a certain type of way. I'm getting physical with pregnant women that I love. I've actually pancaked by accident. She slipped and fell, by the way. I didn't me going after her. She came into me and just fell. But that's me moving. There's me stand still. She just went underneath me. But anyway, hurting people, man. And I remember crying and throwing up and just, oh my God, I killed the love of my life. And then it comes again. There's like all these beautiful women in front of me, scared of me, intimidated by me, and having the worst experience ever. The person you love can put hands on you. Now, I thought I was a better man than my dad. I didn't clench my fist. Nobody's getting hit. I didn't let the anger off the trigger, but some of it came out. Some of this pain that I felt, being scared that you're going to leave and break up the family, and it's going to be the worst feeling again ever. Just like my parents get divorced, it's going to be the worst feeling ever. You can't leave. This is going to be a disaster. And then here I am in my own perfectly made disaster, where I watch too many YouTube videos and try to classify her instead of just being like, Mark, you're just not very supportive. You know, you didn't really do show a lot of empathy. Part of me wants to say covert narcissist, that maybe she was playing me. Maybe she's always trying to play damsel in distress. Maybe she's always trying to find, maybe she is just trying to find the right man that can handle her stress. You know, it's so much pain that we are inflicting on other people or expecting them to heal in us. It's in everyone. This is like ubiquitous, bro. That means it's in everything. This is like oil. Once it's on you, dude, you're not getting this bitch off. And that's what's really happening in this life. I'm seeing that once you get the sadness on you, the upbringing, whatever, it's all fucked, bro. Everything from there on out is going to bleed with this like an oil, slippery and all over you. You now, welcome to human life, are wearing your past, your now, and your future. And I'm trying to find this video while I'm speaking to you, but what a ride it is for all of us to be educated by pain mostly, right? Most of us have to get an extreme amount of pain before we change. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, holler. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. They're gonna be, did the narcissist really ever love you? Yeah, bro. Yes. Yes. It wasn't like something I just run around trying to get married all the fucking time. If I wasn't so convinced, if it wasn't, maybe it was our DNA, maybe it was our sex appeal, our curb appeal, maybe it was just the act that we even found each other, is now a bunch of pain where we can't stand each other. I look for all sorts of ways to devalue her, because then it wouldn't be so important to me. And then my friends go, well, if you were so in love with Michelle, then why are you still vacillating? And I'm just like, bro, I am an addict. This is in me, where I want more out of life. That it was in front of me, it was in my arms, just like it was twice, 3 times. It keeps coming in front of me and I squander my blessings. I don't know how to handle the intimacy. It's too much for me. It goes past all my guards and all my fences. And it jumps inside of my psyche, and it's not something that I just easily shake. For most people, they would be like, well, shit, you fucked a hot chick a couple times, bro. Just be on with your life, man. You got it. That was not my ambition. My ambition was to marry her. So anything that falls short of that will be regret. Anything that falls short of having a baby with a beautiful woman that I loved, that I... And they always put it out there like, does the narcissist even care? What the fuck am I crying for if I don't care? If I could just move on, I'd be like, I'm already on the next bitch. My feelings, gone. I'm supposed to have no empathy. But that's not what it is. This isn't sympathy. This is literally pain. This is literally knowing that because I grew up in a childhood that was unbalanced, very shaky, and extremely detrimental, I now live in that reality 44 years later. That whatever went through when I was 10 still affects me when I'm 40. That for the life of me, I can't flip it. I'd love to delete it. I'd love to say, but fuck this shit. It never happened. Blah, 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 blah. Click. But it keeps happening. Keeps happening. It keeps ending in violence. It keeps ending in abortions. And it keeps ending in pain. And for the life of me, I just feel like chaos. You know, I always had the symbol of chaos in my life. Before the beginning of great brilliance, there must be chaos. Before a brilliant person performs something great, they must look foolish to the crowd. And I look foolish to the crowd and to myself. Can't keep my hands to myself. Can't sit and fold them. Can't seem to calm down. When these situations arise, I'm just all over the place. I'm just so fucking scared. And for a guy that's pretty muscular and in control and meditates every morning, I'm really scared. Just tapped in to say stay strong. Thank you, Erica. I lost another child, babe. I'm just such a fuck up. There's so much pain. So much pain. It's like my body doesn't even want to respond to it because it just shattered me. That like this another opportunity gone. And mostly because of me. I'd love to sit here and point the finger at this person and be like, yeah, well, you had a checkered past, or you were making me feel, you kept pulling away and making me feel unwanted, or your avoidance style made this not grow. I would love to just sit there and just be like, this is on you, just shove it into her area of the court. And it doesn't work that way. I think everyone is even to blame. I think everyone is even in pain. I think even when I'm feeling it now, she's probably waking up somewhere in Norway going like, what the fuck? I just don't know what to do with the energy. And my friends are like, well, put it into Michelle. Put it in your new girl. Put it in your new life. Put it in your new love. And I read it all the time with self-love and all these other things to channel that energy that you put in the obsession of the other person and this idolization and pedestaling that we do and go, oh, this was the perfect person for me. Well, she wasn't so perfect when she was trying to kick my head off. She wasn't so perfect when she was bitching about the bathroom and leaving me in the middle of the night. She wasn't really so perfect when she was running off on motorcycles with other dudes and wanting to dance with my friends. A lot of that shit shook me to my core. What is it then? Is it limerence? Is it obsession? Is it real love? Is it loss? Is it regret? I don't fucking know because I'm human too, dude, and that's why I said I'm gonna just be honest on my show. I can't filter myself because I don't know what I'm going to say. It's easy when you have a mute buttons. I don't know. What do you I don't know. I don't know either, and that's why I get on this show. It's like, everybody should be rising and shining every morning. And then there'll be days where you let the clouds come in. Baby blue skies, another beautiful day. We just keep going though. That's it. This is all I got, man. It's like it wakes me up in the morning at 6 a.m. and I'm just like, boom, you're back in the game. And whether you like it or not, whether you have pain or not, whether you have money or not, you will have to endure. And that's why I wrote the book Endure. There's so many things that talk about resilience and pushing through, and some people not living their life. This is true. And then hey, and then that, thank you, Erica, for that reminder. Some people are not alive. My friends just had a baby today and grateful for their new baby born Taurus, and she's gonna be a cutie and it's all fucking dope. But there are some people that are just sitting still. They don't want to challenge the life. They don't want to challenge the pain, so therefore it always gets buried, always pushed through. And this is all I got. I'm Saint's addiction, man. I'm addicted to this. I'm addicted to the pain. I'm addicted to the experience. I'm addicted to uh, uh, the women, the drugs, the living. It's like something that calls at me and said you should travel. Your heart's not healed. Go into the earth and go travel. And then when I felt at my maximum, my body started to tune in. I had my back upright, and I'm a man. I'm here. I'm now, and I was having this really cool moment, and that's when I noticed her. And of course, she noticed me, and she probably saw me in my masculine. It was like, boom, that's the guy for me. but without low in research, you know, right? Like this is what we do, dude. And I'm just like honest about it. I'm honest about it. I had to be anybody that's gonna get sober is gonna have to get real with themselves. There's just like layers to this shit. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let me say that out loud. Blah. If you if you're starting out homeless, you might want to get a meal before we start fixing your spiritual shit. Spiritual is like all the way at the top. And now that I finally kind of elevated to the top of my consciousness, I can finally talk about my spirituality and not so much about, you know, homelessness or what's my direction in my life. You get through these things, and in that you'll find your purpose, and you'll gravitate through the levels like Donkey Kong or any other thing you've ever done. Pac-Man, right? The levels just get harder. Getting off the hardest level, you know, I don't have any food, no one loves me, da 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 da. But to some people, the lifers never let them their walk in 50 years. I get it. Yeah, man, there's some people that never leave. I mean, and I could toot my own horn. You know, I'm sitting here with fucking six-pack abs now, feeling great in Thailand. And a lot of me wants to just lead with that. That gives me that buzz, that feeling that makes me not feel the pain. But because I pushed the pain back so much, I'm a little tea kettle. I'm a big tea kettle. I'm a fucking what is it? Crock pot, a steamer of just emotions that have never got to get established. I need a good scream. I need to beat the back of a chair. I go and exercise all the fucking time, but like the amount of pain that I feel that I caused definitely makes me feel less than. And then, of course, the amount of pain that I feel now because of my loss definitely makes me feel like crying. And my buddy would probably get on the thing, say, don't cry. They'll get online and start crying and telling people how you really feel and just be like, look, dude, I feel this way. And even though I'm in love with someone else and working on this love, and it's a slow love, it's not like this fast burning love that keeps me obsessed and I'm like, oh, I missed out and la 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 la. This is something that was more than this feeling, is it actually staying instead of this quick man, yeah. You know what I mean? When you get that kind of way, you got that buzz going, you got that swole up, you got that glow up, you're gonna feel a certain type of way. The calm down is real. This is the amount of pain I'm talking about in addictions. I mean, you really almost need the alcohol, because if God forbid that floodplain just smacks the shit out of you, all these emotions that you've been suppressing and pushing back is like back at you like a Batman fucking backhand to Robin meme, bro. It's just like whap, and you're talking about so much pain. This is why it never gets done. It's like so much work, right? You know, if you look at this and like I look at the back of these bungalows, man, that looks like a lot of work, right? It is. And that's why it's not getting done. Just like all the other habits in your life, the challenges come up to you and you're like, I'm gonna be in a lot of pain. That looks like I just got out of depression. Okay, I don't really want to be handling that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I needed to handle it because I had another opportunity in front of me, and it could have been business, it could have been personal, it could have been important. And it always is. It always is. And I think that, okay, well, I walked away from her about 20 minutes before that while she was yelling at me. You would think that I wouldn't be getting handsy. I didn't know she was going to come at me. I was just trying to get her from running out the door. I didn't know she was going to come after the phone and we would start wrestling and I couldn't control her, or I was going to be in the melee. Maybe I should have said, fuck you. Maybe she should have fucking just sat there and looked at me and actually talked to me instead of turning her cheek and walking away and being this girl with the stone wall. I'm like, I finally got you outside. Please don't run inside, kind of thing. Not that I want to control any exits or people. And then I don't really put my hands on people. Let's talk about it, bro. I do not go over out of my way to be putting hands on people. It's usually somebody up in the club messing with my friend's hair, like, you like that shit, bitch? And then it's like, no, don't be doing that to girls, not around me. And then I'm all protective, like it's my sisters all over again, but even abusive towards them. We do this to the people that we care the most about. This is to the people that are close to us. It's what they call that saintly father, where we think he's a saintly father, right? And you go into the church, but he beats his kids, bruv. He intimidates his wife. Sure, he looks good on paper, but what do you look like underneath it all? And this is why Saints Addiction had to happen. It was just like, okay, let's just keep the saint stuff like on top, and we'll just push this little addiction, right, like under the rug. And then as long as I look pretty, right? As long as I look pretty and I have a car and I have a home and I have all these things, then you're gonna believe that I'm okay and that's gonna win my narcissistic votes across the board. But it's like electoral votes, man. What about the state votes? What about the federal votes? What about the people's votes? The people that you're hurting are voting you out. That's why you're alone on your birthday, Mark. That's why you feel so much pain and these women keep leaving you. This is why I need to get back and see my friends in America. By the way, I'll be near you in Illinois here shortly. I'll be stopping in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to go see Michelle and build on this love that I'm feeling for someone that finally actually does care about me. You know, it's not this flash in the pan love where it's just like, oh my God, we can manifest anything. We're on top of the world. Fucking full on dopamine rush. Gang, gang. To something that's a little bit more steady. That's like, yo, here, I'm going to be here for you. You know? And I think she found it too. So you need somebody to kind of get you through these lessons. I mean, it's just like a mentor, and just like my psychologist, you kind of need somebody to holler at you. I'll be in Vegas on the 26th. No shit. Will you be back towards the East Coast after that? I'll be on a whole month in Vegas doing the damn thing. I wanted to play you this video. There's a whole long one. I can't even right now. 10 signs you are with a female covert narcissist, shadow work and childhood trauma, the reason narcissists cheat, obsession over an ex-partner, trauma mind, trauma bonding, what narcissists do when relationships are over, rejection is not a reflection, looking for love, the only dating advice you need, 6 signs you have a love addiction, aka limerence. Yeah, that's what I think it is. You can watch this with me, or can you hear it? I'm done with Illinois.
Hey Psychic-goers, crazy. Welcome back to our channel. We wanted to let you know that each and every one of your comments, likes, and shares help support this channel in our goal to spread awareness about mental health and psychology. You help us make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone. Thank you for your support. About 7 minutes. Now onto the video.
Let's just get in it, shall we?
Sweet, sweet love. At times, it seems we can't bear to be without it. Take it from my buddy Billy. He knows all about love due to his crush on Becca. That first glance of her eyes, the accidental touch as she walked by in class, that beautiful trip they both took to the Bahamas last summer. Oh, wait, that last part wasn't real. In fact, it was all a fantasy, because my buddy Billy, he's suffering from the involuntary cognitive and emotional state, which is limerence. A love addiction so strong that he can't help but fantasize about long walks on the beach with his crush, romantic evening dates, and her simply saying the words, I love you. What? To whom, you may ask? To him, to Billy. So, what is limerence? Defined by psychologist Dorothy Chenove, limerence is a mental state of intense romantic infatuation where one feels a strong romantic desire for another person, the limerent object. You may be thinking, isn't that just a crush? The limerence can...
And the worst part about it is, like, I don't live in this world where I just look at these fantasy women. There's like Tosh, and there was Brittany, and these really beautiful, dynamic women that were in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not alone. They were hanging out with me. They were at my house. They liked me. We were doing things together. It's not like I sat there and made up a whole life that never happened, dude. I don't do that. Yep, spark up. Let's go. Got you. Let's go. I'm listening.
Often lasts months, years, or even a lifetime if not treated. It can both be joyous and emotionally painful, depending on if the feelings are reciprocated.
They were.
Limerence is characterized by the intrusive thoughts one can experience about their crush and the strong emotional arousal that can grow into an obsessive craving for another person, even if most of your time spent with them is fantasized in your head. Limerence can often be mistaken as love or simply having a crush. So, how would you know if you have it? There's more than one sign than simply fantasizing about being with your crush. Could you be just like Billy? Here are 6 signs you are stuck in the emotional state that is limerence. 1. Obsessively thinking about them. You can't help but fall into the deep rabbit hole of fantasizing about what it would be like to simply take a romantic stroll on the beach with
Not
them, or
romanticizing. I
engage
did
in a
that
deep
shit.
conversation over pasta and raviolis.
We did all
so
of that.
much so that your work suffers from your distractions.
No, my
you
work's
can
not
barely
suffering.
eat as in longing, and you
I
can't
do
get a
eat,
blink of sleep.
and
You
I
simply
wake up
think of
early.
them seemingly constantly. But when you don't, something on TV reminds you of them. An item at a store makes you think of them. A comment by a stranger jogs your memory
Being
of
on this
something they once
patio,
said.
bro.
They
She's
invade your
everywhere.
thoughts, and you can both take pleasure and pain in this. 2. Insecurity and or shyness in their presence. So, Billy is idly walking through the halls of his college's science building when it suddenly hits him. A strong, shy feeling that's highly unlike him.
Maybe it's
What's
not
worse,
limerence.
while he's usually confident, he can't help but feel a bit insecure. Why?
I don't
His
think
crush,
you're a
Becca, has just approached him.
narcissist or empath.
She started talking,
with
and he's doing his very best to
behavior.
pay attention, but the smell
You're
of
an
his
empath
armpit
with
sweat isn't
I
helping.
don't know how empathic
When
I
in the
am.
presence of the limerent object,
I don't know how empathic I am. You know, when these things are happening, and you know, when I'm under the gun, I don't feel so much empathy. I'm trying to control the situation. I'm feeling like emotions are gonna be bad. Oh, I'm not a 100% narcissist. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I mean, my spiritual mentor would say, Mark, you feed the homeless, bro. Like, a narcissist would never do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, that would just never happen, you know? But you recognize, yeah, because I come from a narcissist. My dad, my mom, all these people. And this level of elitism and, Mark, you're supposed to be perfect. You're supposed to get the touchdowns until you're successful. You're PR. What's PR here? I don't know what that means, but man alive, dude. If it isn't, it's the results, bro. It's the results. You're oops. It is an oops. Big oops. Let's see, what else do I got?
One can exhibit feelings of shyness and insecurity. This often presents itself in physical discomfort, as well as excessive sweating, stammering, and a racing heart that doesn't seem to calm. 3. Putting them on a pedestal.
Definitely.
Billy can't help it. Becca's perfect.
She's perfect.
She has the perfect bronze hair, the most beautiful
body,
ocean blue eyes, and her
face.
intelligence is unmatched.
And she's so
Albert
smart.
Einstein,
Mark, you
you
missed
kidding?
it.
He's
you
a joke
missed
compared
it.
to
You missed it,
Becca.
Mark. You missed the best, the
But
love
this
of your
idea
life.
of Becca is likely overly heightened in
She's
Billy's
not perfect.
eyes.
She
I use
takes
the words
shits.
likely,
She has
but
a checkered past.
Albert Einstein,
She hits
really?
me. Why can't I
Someone
let that
suffering
sink in?
from limerence can often make an irrational positive evaluation of their partner or crush. They may think they are perfect in every way.
Yeah.
The best personality, the most compatible, the idealistic
not the most
partner
compatible.
with seemingly no flaws.
But in
when
my
in
world,
reality,
I was like gonna
they
make
have
it
flaws
work.
like all the rest of us.
Warts
the
and
main
all.
issue may be you simply don't know them enough to find out what those imperfections may be.
Less than 3
and
months.
If you have unrequited love, you may have a tougher time
and with
realizing
no contact,
this because they might not stick around you
they
long
didn't
enough
stick
for you
around.
to find out their flaws.
I didn't know all about her.
4.
Only found out about her
Emotional
OnlyFans and
dependency.
FetLife after
you
the
feel
fact.
as though you're not complete when you are away from your partner or crush. It hurts when they're not around, and you feel
effect.
ecstatic and euphoric when they are.
We're together. No,
you
we're not.
possess a strong
We're
urge
having
to
sex.
be around
No, we're
them
not.
all the time.
We're
and
together.
This desire
We're not
can last
talking.
throughout the day
It's
until
whiplash,
you meet their
bro.
gaze again.
I'm like, did that even happen?
5. Longing for reciprocation.
Why don't
If
you
they
give
are
me
indeed a
the
crush,
love?
you go into the mood
Why
of
aren't
despair
you with me?
when you know
Why
they
didn't
don't
you
feel the
battle
same way
it out
about
with
you
me?
as you feel about them.
Got it.
But if they say they like you, you feel euphoric and a sense of elation.
Love me.
6.
Only
Fantasizing reciprocation. Do you spend a moment or two daydreaming about your crush? We know
Too
Billy
long.
does. Those who are going through a state of limerence may
Break up.
fantasize about spending time with their crush. They may also excessively fantasize about them reciprocating their feelings for them
She'll
through
never
a
call me
romantic
again.
date, marriage, or future life together.
She killed our
An
baby,
addictive form
dude. It's total addiction for him. It's an obsession. It's an ideal that I put in my mind and was sunk on. I wouldn't have asked her to marry me if I didn't. And even with a new relationship that's way more healthy, I still obsess about it. I still think that I made huge mistakes and there's a lot of regret, mostly because there's no baby. And I don't know what else to say about that. I put some time in, you know. That's terrible. It's just an end. I started this journey to get over an abortion, and then I end it with an abortion, and I'm just shattered about it. It's a lot of pain and so much pain. And it's also me digging into my shadow work, me digging into my childhood trauma and unpacking all of these things. It's just more pain. So I'm grateful that I am fit enough to handle this. My mind, maybe not so much, my body definitely, and my soul definitely needs the work. And that's all it is, soul work, man. It's just going into and just touching your soul and being like, yo, soul, let's have this conversation, so you don't need to bleed on anyone else, so you do not let you cause any more chaos and drama on people. You need to be up forthright, and that's what's nice about my new relationships, to tell her, look, you, I think I have narcissistic tendencies. I tend to continue arguments and harp on subjects. I tend to lose my temper and say things that I don't mean, and I'm trying not to be mean. This is my new attempt. It's a lifestyle. I told her, just like working out, it's not just something that you do once. Like, I have to see my psychologist once a week at least, and do this many a times for at least a couple of years, till I can be healed, till I can be whole, till I can heal the pain that's inside me and make the pain stop. That's my morning marijuana motivation. Thank you for watching. Erica, you're a blessing. Shout out to the new baby born tours. And thank you for watching. I'm not going to go an hour. I'm going to go meditate. Be blessed, not stressed. And don't forget your blessings. Count your gratitude. It's a motherfucking whole game changer. And Lord knows I got a lot of things going for me. I still have my future. I still have my business. I still have opportunities. If I choose to focus on it. If I choose to not obsess about the things that have gone wrong and that's in the past and it's already gone, and stop trying to change the past and redo it, and start trying to change my future by undoing me. That's my morning motivation. Peace.